Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to demonstrate how I do the Cowboys Gangster Script sticker design. Had a viewer ask me to comment, during a comment asked me to if I would demonstrate this, so I'm going to. Alright, so first thing I do is you must select a font, okay? Oh wait, before I do anything, so this file here I am actually going to put that all in its own layer. Actually, it's already in its own layer. One sec here. So I'm going to go ahead and just lock that layer and then hide it. Okay, so we don't have to deal with that at the moment. We can use it for visual reference, but actually I'll leave that up for you guys. Okay, next thing we want to do, okay, sorry, my text tool wouldn't work because I was on that lock layer. So open your text tool, push, I just used the hotkey number T, and we want to type Cowboys. Oops, let's B-O-Y, okay. Okay, now the font that I used, it's called Chicano. And you can use any font you want, just this is the one I'm using. It's called Chicano. That's actually the wrong variant. Let me pull up the right one. Right there. Okay, so that's yeah, Chicano regular. You can, I got mine on Envato Elements, so you can go there and subscribe if you'd like. I know you can purchase it also from various font providers. Excuse me. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, right click, create outlines, and then we are going to go to our Pathfinder, hit Unite. So now we got a good solid object of this text, okay? So next thing we want to do before we do anything else is get this swash, this filigree swash here. Same thing. I'm going to go to Chicano, and it should be, oh, see the swashes that are up there? So these come with the font. Make sure you install them if you end up getting your sorry, I'm trying to make sure you get your swashes installed if you get your fonts, okay? So real quick, I'm just going to create outlines. I'm going to ungroup everything. Now I know that this is the one that I used right here. So let's just delete the rest. And you can go through them if you want. I actually think this one right here might be kind of cool. Even this one, but for now we're just going to delete those. Okay. Next thing I want to do is size it to what I need. And this is going to be a little, you know, it might not be exact just because I'm rebuilding a whole brand new one. But we'll get it as close as we can. Okay. That looks good. Now see over here how this loop, I don't touch the text at all. And down here on the Y kind of stops and then curves into that one. And that's what we're doing here. Let's see if that, yeah. Let's go up just a tad, maybe about right there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and unite all that. So now this is all one solid shape, okay? Okay. All right. Next thing we want to do is create a copy of this. So I'm going to hit Control C, Control Shift V, creates an exact copy right on top of it. All right. I'm just trying to remember. From this point, I'm going to turn that into a compound path. Control 8, and my hotkeys I'm using are from Windows. Okay, so that up here, my layers panel is a compound path. The original one's still a group. Now go to Object, Path, Offset, Path. Now, see how we got, looking down here, you know, I got about, we can probably go down, let's go to 0, 5. I kind of want to go, let's go 8. Let's try 0.8 meters, or millimeters. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad, but see these really ugly like points here? It's because this is on meter. So I'm going to go to round and see how that rounded that out up there. And I'm kind of assuming you guys are just watching my cursor, so that's how I'm doing this. Okay, now see all these holes we got in there? So now on our layers panel, we're selected on that offset. Hit Control Shift Alt 8. I just released the compound path. Go to Pathfinder and then Unite. Boom. So now you got your offset. So I'm going to name that offset. Okay. And we want that to be, let's change that to white for now. Okay, now see how I got this like grunge texture in there? Kind of that grunge pattern. So in order to create that, we need to do the same thing with your offset that I did with the text. So copy it, Control C, Control Shift V. So now we got 2 of those. We'll put them together in our layers panel. Excuse me. We're actually going to need 1 more of those. Control C, Control Shift V. Okay, so now we got 3 of those offsets. I'm just going to hide the top one for now. Okay, so now we're going to turn the bottom one black, because when we punch through that top one, that black needs to show through. Okay, following me? Okay, so you need to get, I've got this grunge texture file from Go Media, and I like to use this one over here, but before I do, I'm going to change that to 8 inches. The reason I do that is when I pull it over to the working file, it's going to be really small. Because right now this is at about 6 inches. So I'm going to paste that in there. I'm going to paste another one. So now I got 2 of them, and they're both compound paths. Okay, now all we got to do is grab one of them, pull it over the text. Now watch when I try to resize this. See how that takes a second? It's just my computer. That's why I like to try to size it before I bring it over. Okay, so we're going to highlight that one in that top offset. Okay, and I'm going to do minus front in the Pathfinder. Now see how it created that texture, that grunge texture pattern in there? So the reason I made 2 of those grunge patterns is in case I want to add more. And I think I do. So we're going to just take this, drag it over. Make sure it's covering the whole design. Size it up however you want. And now that that original one we just made, the white one, well, the grunge one, I forgot which one it was. Well, let's see. Okay, it's not that one. Okay, so it's this top layer here. Now, that when you punch through that grunge pattern, it made it into a group, okay? So you want to turn that into a compound path. So Control 8. Make sure that's underneath your grunge pattern. Check them both. Minus front. There. So now you got two different where it punched through, okay? Alright, so that group can be down at the bottom. Okay, but now see how you can't see the grunge now? Because that original offset needs to be black. And there we go. Okay, so we got that done, right? Now over here in the layers panel, the compound path here is the grunge, the white grunge texture. Underneath it is black, just a solid shape of black. Now let me show you, see. So that's what's underneath, all the way at the bottom. Alright, so those are done. So we can group those together just to organize, I guess. So, oops, sorry. Okay, those are grouped. We can leave that alone for now. Now, remember how I copied that a third time up here? Okay, so that one is going to be your clipping mask. But before I do that, I'm going to copy it again. The only reason I keep copying that, you always want to save one for your cut contour line. So let's hide that extra one. Okay, now this one. Oh, I'm just trying to think. Okay, so we'll take that one, right click, make clipping mask. Oops. Forgot you have to have something in it. So we're just gonna put a box. Right click. Oops. Make sure that box is underneath your clipping mask shape. Now let's right click, make clipping mask. So there's your clipping mask. Now, the reason that covers everything is because I got that original white box in it. Remember? Okay. So now let's grab our bandana pattern. We'll drop that in there. Now, I wasn't supposed to grab the whole with the background, just like that. Now, I want these to be a little bit of gray. Okay. I don't want to stretch it too big, like that. So what I did was I took it, excuse me, got my throat, and I just copied it. Get it as close as you can. I mean, that looks fine there. Right there. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and take those two, make them a compound path. Now let's drag that into your clipping mask. And then we'll get rid of that original rectangle. Now see what we got there? So now that clip group needs to be right above all them original offsets that we made earlier. There you go. Okay. So we got that covered. Now I already like the values of the the gray bandana, so that's fine. Okay, now next thing we want to do is add a stroke around the text. Now this is a good working design right here. You could probably get away with just printing that the way it is, right? Okay, but we're gonna finish this one here. Okay, so now we need to get our text right there. And I got two copies of my text. That's fine. We don't need them both, but let's just keep the original for now. Okay, now I want to add a stroke. And I usually go about 1 on the stroke. Let's turn that to white. Hit OK. Okay, so I'm going to back up here. So that one, let's use the one that's a group, okay, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we're going to add 1 point, change it to white, hit OK. Okay, so now you want to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. I'm screwing up here. Okay, I was on the right track with the compound path. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and start over from there. So we're going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. I'm tired. 1 point stroke. We want it white. We got it white. Looks like it might be a little bit of gray, but that's fine for now. Hit OK. Okay, so now we want to go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. Now look up here in your group. It turned it into a group. You got one with your stroke, one with your text. Now you could actually take that stroke, make that a clipping mask, and add another pattern just inside the text. That's always fun. We're not going to do that today, but okay, now, oh, what do we got next? Okay, so I want that stroke to be underneath the text, just because it kind of overwhelmed. See how you can see the line, how it kind of comes up over, so there's not too much overbearing stroke on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that text, and I'm going to use the key I. I only did that because that one's right there. Okay, now see how we got this stroke, the pink text, and then there's kind of a drop shadow there, right? Now you can add the drop shadow with the text or the stroke. I think on that bottom one I did it underneath the stroke. So we're going to do that. So go to Effect, Stylize, and Drop Shadow. We want to bring that down a lot. Oops. Hang on, I want to zoom out and do this a little bit. Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow. Yeah, see how that takes away all the blur? But that's at 0, 1, 2, 5. So now I want to do, let's do 0, 5, see what that looks like. Still too big. 9 maybe. No. Let's bring those in a little bit. Right here. Let's go to 0, 5. Maybe 6. No, let's back it up. Go to 4. 3. 3's fine. Okay, so now we want to add a. Let's go to normal. We're gonna add a little bit of blur. Now that's way too big, right? So let's go to 0, 6. That is big. Okay, so let's go 0, 0, 1. It's still a little bit too. Let's go to 0, 0, 5. Still too heavy. 0, 0, 9. I think that one's fine there. Okay. It's not exactly like the other one, like this one here. But there is that drop shadow on there. Man, I haven't done this. I usually don't narrate while I'm doing this stuff, so I can sit on here for hours. But, okay, now see how that shadow separated that text a little bit from that bandana background? Okay, now remember that original offset that I made? So now we want to turn that into our cut contour. Boom. Now see how you got that pink line surrounding the entire design? And that's it, you guys. That's I'm sorry. I was probably really hard to follow along because it's kind of trying to remember as I go. But that's your Cowboys Gangster Script sticker. This is a usable design now. Just to demonstrate again, let's place. Let's just place that actual bandana. This is a JPEG image. Okay. So let's place that inside that clipping mask, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, see how that just put that background in there? And that's why I added that stroke, just to separate that text from anything you put in there. Now another thing, if you want, now that you got this all done, like I was saying earlier, how you can add stuff in the text. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. Okay. So let's grab that bandana image, drop it underneath the text, make that into a clipping mask. Okay, see how I did that? So now inside the text, instead of pink, I added that bandana pattern. Whatever you put inside there is going to be it's going to be restricted to just that text. It's pretty neat, huh? That's a really heavy bandana design there. But yeah, that's it. That's how I do the Gangster Script, Cowboys. You know, I just noticed that the W is different on these. Wonder why. It's the same font. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at the S. S is different. Maybe it is a different font. I thought it was the Chicano one, but either way, we got it. We got it done. That's it for that one, though, guys. Thank you for watching. I don't do the video with my little face in the corner very often. I'm gonna start doing a lot more design work videos. So if you like this one, feel free to critique me. You want to see something else? Let me know. Okay. See you next time.